Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4, the New Order, Last Days of Europe, with me, Alpha Mega, and Empire of Japan. And what an empire it is. We've been hit so hard that we're in purgatory, at least as far as political power goes. I don't think I've ever had minus 267 political power in any of my playthroughs of Hearts of Iron 4. I didn't even know it was possible. That's how low we are. We've lost our Prime Minister. Current ruling person is Hirohito himself. And we got a new event called a new Prime Minister. So we're going to deal with that one, and then we're going to focus yet again on the situation in the Philippines, which is a bit dramatic. But I don't know what is worse, the fact that we have 267 political power, the fact that our economy is going to hell, the fact that we don't have a Prime Minister, the fact that everybody hates us and we're, killing people in Manchuria. It's all of it is suddenly falling down. But that's the last days of Europe for you. It's not like, sometime about now, I think Hitler is gonna die and Germany follows us into the abyss. So at least we have that going for us. Anyway, a new Prime Minister. Emergency meetings have already begun in the House of Peers and in the House of Representatives to find a replacement for Ino. While Japanese politics are dominated by the Taisei Yokusankai, the party itself is bitterly split among numerous rival cliques, each representing different interest groups with different visions for the future of empire and the sphere. While the emperor nominates the prime minister, the Diet has a massive influence over His Majesty's decision, and the Diet can always vote a candidate they don't like out of office. However, most commentators, both foreign and domestic, agree that a new prime minister will be chosen soon, as had occurred when Tojo and Kido were forced to resign in the past. Two major candidates have sprung forth from the ranks of the Taisei Yokusankai, Kaya Okinore and Ikeda Masanosuke. Kaya, former and Minister of Finance, belongs to the faction of the Yokusankai turned technocrats, advocating for further centralization and state intervention in Japanese economy, while at the same time removing the last remnants of military influence from the government of Japan. The other candidate, Ikeda, comes from the conservative wing of the Yokusankai, the one to which former Prime Minister Ino also belonged, a section of the party closer to the army and much less prone to reform. Okay, so Ikeda, the guy that is conservative, I don't want him, and I don't even think that makes any sense, because the conservatives have just completely bungled things up, so I don't really want to deal with them. Now the technocrats, if I had a choice, I would go with the reformers, but technocrats are the next best thing. Though, again, I think I mentioned that in the beginning, that technocrats aren't really the people that I would understand under the word technocrats, because in here they're mostly power-hungry. They say it here. They are they're advocating for further centralization and state intervention. While technocratic government would do state intervention, they usually aren't all that for centralization, or not in the way that I understand it. Technocrats usually, in the modern meaning of the way, are people who appoint experts and educated people to the places of power and decision, because they want, it doesn't really matter whether or not that's a democratic regime. They don't really care about that. The more important, they care about the expertise of the people and forcing I don't know how to say it, but like trying to do what's right, whether or not it causes a lot of harm in the short term. So maybe, the more I speak about it, the more maybe this looks like a technocrat, what the technocrat would do in such a situation and in such an environment as Japan is. So Ikeda definitely not. I don't want Ikeda Masanosuke. not a conservative. But Kaya Okinore. Who is Kido though? Guess even Kido suggests Kugure Budayu. Oh wait, is the Kido Ites? Keeper of the Privy Seal. So we had like a third option here that Kido suggests Kogure Budayu. So who is Kogure Budayu? I don't really... He's not even mentioned in the text. But Kido, from what we have heard about him, isn't the guy we want to get very close with. So you know what? Let's go with Kaya Okinori. Kaya tries to secure backing. Let's go with him. I mean, it's definitely a better choice in my opinion than the conservatives, because whatever the conservatives are doing is not working and wasn't working. So let us not deal with that. Okay, our units have moved into this area. So once we repel this attack, we can eliminate and destroy, encircle and destroy this unit, and we'll push further north. Hopefully they can hold it in the south, because there is a lot of things going on at the same time. Okay, so you guys can go in here and then eliminate. Well, you guys, San Fernando. Do we have anyone? Yeah, okay, so there's sending reinforcements. So you can attack the mountaineers over here, and considering they are pretty much completely out of organization, it shouldn't at all be hard to win. Could just one of you destroy? No, these two units might be too strong for you. Well, they're not strong or stronger. There's just so many of them. Well, and you're still doing it. Okay. Well, cool. We need to push as hard as we can here, because the faster we deal with the situation in the north, you know, not considering even any kind of casualties on our side, the faster we deal with this, even for the casualties, even for destroyed equipment, the faster we deal with that, the faster we win the war. Because the worst thing that is happening to us right now is the two-front war, which means that we are just, you know, in constant danger of being on the losing side on one side. Jesus Christ, I can't English today. It just sounds horrible, and I apologize. I'll try to up my commentary a little bit. Okay, so once you get in here and you support this attack, there are mountains over here, which is not really an issue. The good news is that I don't think this crisis is actually hitting anyone else apart from us. I don't think that... Well, maybe the Americans are going to get involved. I haven't seen any of their units though, it's just the Philippines. They probably are sending some kind of help here. Who knows? Now you can now attack northwards. Because again, we need to push. There's no time like today. Let's just give you a mission here, so you start raking in those bonuses for planning. Okay, hold on. Lost production units. Hopefully it's not. It is military. God damn it. Okay, it's 1st of August. Yep, our GDP is tanking, everyone. It is going to hell. No GDP growth. Okay, at least it's not that dramatic. Debt to GDP is severely increased, but we are still in a surplus. That's the good thing. The Presidium of the Supreme Soviet has conquered the Transbaikal Principality in the struggle for the fate of Russia. There is no middle ground. The Russian Tsar should reign or perish. Okay, the only conflict that I'm interested in though is Amur. So let us see what's gonna happen there. Okay, you guys need to bring in a little bit of organization, and then we'll just continue pushing. How's the Air Force doing? I think we are still, yep, we are still completely dominant here. And the awesome thing is that it's just a huge airspace. So having just 2 units here means that they can operate everywhere. Or units, meaning air wings. Okay, so you attack, don't let them fool you into false sense of security. Kaya tries to secure backing. In the somewhat confused situation after the fall of Ino, the technocratic faction has been trying to bolster their ranks and wrestle control of the Yokusankai. Rallying around Kaya Okinori, their candidate for Prime Minister, their voices are becoming louder and louder in the party, to the point where some speculate that their ultimate victory is close at hand. Kaya himself has been releasing more and more bold statements in interviews, with some commenting that he speaks as if he were Prime Minister already. Some murmuring is rising from representatives of the conservative wing of the Yokusankai, and there is fears that the technocrats are attempting a takeover of the party. However, it seems like Kaya's bid for the position has never been stronger. Could reform be the way to go? Kaya's not very well liked, turns out. What a shocker. Okay, we can support this attack. Yeah, okay, the north is falling. And it's falling now. Okay, so you guys deal with this. Oh hey, more production units. So go back into production. We have a doctrine available. It's a Navy doctrine, okay. So what's the naval doctrine here? Reserve fleet. Ship refitting cost increased, but ship repair speed also increased. Global range operations. Cruiser and destroyer organization plus 10. Naval max range fact plus 15%. I'll take that one. Maintaining enough forces to respond to a threat anywhere is impossible as much as we wish it were not. We must be able to operate on a global scale. If we have one fleet in the Atlantic and another in the Pacific, we should be able to swap them without so much as a buy or leave. Flexibility is the key to victory. Oh, okay, this one is mostly written from the perspective of the Americans, because there's no way we can have a fleet in the Atlantic. But it's good to know, that there is such an option. Okay, this one is a little bit of a quick push, but I think we might do well here. Kaya's not very liked, turns out. In recent days, Kaya's attempt to cement his position as candidate for Prime Minister have been frustrated by constant and fierce resistance from the other wings of the Yokusankai. It seems that the politically aggressive stance of the technocrats has obtained the opposite effect of their goal, as it alienated the rest of the party and provoked backlash from the conservatives, now rallying more and more around Ikeda. Stymied by the pro-conservative newspapers, Kaya has been forced to moderate his stance and go back on some of his earlier stances, and it seems like the offensive of the technocrats has already been exhausted. With Kaya's bid for the position weaker by the day, it appears likely that the new Prime Minister won't be a technocrat. We get the event deadlock. Well, at least he tried. I mean, it's always good, isn't it? Okay, winning everywhere. The divine mandate of Siberia declared war on the Sakha Republic. Okay, so we support this attack. Need to make sure that they will drop advanced special forces training. Okay, that is a good one. So now we can get capacity multiplier, breakthrough, heart attack, or special forces, acclimatization, attack, and movement in the jungle, forest, and mountain. Okay, I'll take that one. That is a really good one. Our special forces will often fight behind enemy lines with limited resources and in harsh environments. With the right training and equipment, our troops will be able to fight in the most extreme conditions. So this is a really good one. Supply grace of 24 hours is actually very generous. Okay. The Verona conference ends. Today in Verona conference, the assembly gathered together to determine the future direction of the Italian Empire has come to an end. As Duce Ciano made his closing speech to the Congress, it seems after so much heated debating and furious arguing, majority of the Congress come to an agreement with Ciano, approving his mandate. Roaring masses of people are celebrating in the streets from Verona itself to Sicily. Church bells are ringing, choirs are singing, as the long-anticipated reforms are in the way now, all thanks to Duce Ciano. Not everybody is happy with the result, of course. Carlos Scorza, the political rival of Ciano, left the Congress room in frustration during Duce's closing speech. Reports are coming all around Italy about Black Brigade violence and street fights with celebrating people. Yet the path is now clear for Italy and her people. They only need to follow it. Oh yes. Okay, so we're attacking. Can actually help with this attack. Okay. Deadlock. So far it seems like every attempt to put a new prime minister in office has been met with failure. Political infighting in the Taisei Yokusankai have prevented the two major candidates, Kaya and Ikeda, from gaining a strong enough base of support, and Ikeda's attempt to nominate the prime minister by going directly through the emperor has been slammed by the Diet. A dreaded word is being repeated more and more often by the newspaper and television in its numerous variants, all of the same meaning: political gridlock, impasse, stalemate, deadlock. These new developments have been accompanied by an aura of pessimism spreading across Japan's government. The country watches in fear as the unclear political direction might have ill effects on the economy as well. A solution must be found, and in times like these, the only solution can be the compromise of a particular type, the one that leaves all parties unsatisfied. This cannot continue. Kido suggests Kogure Buddha. Oh, okay, so that option is gonna be forced on us. Cool. Well, I guess there's a lot to be said for the illusion of choice. Okay, you guys can actually push there. The Central Siberian Republic has conquered the Principality of Kemerovo. Principality of Kemerovo, okay. Divine Mandate of Siberia. The Mad King's reign is over. Amura is still fighting Magadan. Oh hey, they actually reclaimed part of that territory. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And we have taken these guys out. So we can stop. And where are we gonna send you? Where's the capital? Here. Tecloban. So the fastest way would be this way, but you know what? I'm gonna send you over here. Actually, no. Wait, no, I don't want to draw the... Oh, come on. Stop. Okay, so you can attack from here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send the third and second over here to Lucena, and they're gonna attack from here. Well, the first one is gonna go here to Bacolod, because it seems like there is a lot of things happening over there. So let's make sure that... Okay, so go here by the rail, because we need you there ASAP. So we will have two attacks. Attack here and attack over here. Kido suggests Kogure Budayu. To resolve the political snag that the Japanese government has found itself into, an old acquaintance of Japanese politics has stepped into the limelight, former Prime Minister and Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal, Marquis Kido Koichi. A staunch technocrat and Ino's predecessor, Kido has largely remained in the shadows of Japanese politics during recent years, after being ousted following his aggressive attempts to eliminate IJA influence in the civilian government. Well, turns out that was the right way to go. Kido has stepped forth to the Emperor, proposing the name of Kogure Budayu as a possible replacement for Ino. A relatively uninfluential member of the Yokosankai, Budayu has served as a minister in Kido's cabinet. While Kido's strong influence in the Privy Council might mean that Budayu could get nominated as Prime Minister by the Emperor himself by passing the Diet, this has already sparked a strong reaction from this section of the Yokosankai that are more hostile to Kido. The Diet threatens no confidence in Kogure. Well, that's funny, you know. Again, there's a lot to be said for the illusion of choice. Guys, you need to hurry, okay? And you can attack over here. Okay, doing good over here. Though we're gonna take massive casualties. But with the Air Force support and an intel advantage, we should be fine. Speaking of intel advantage, where are our spies? And what are you doing? 55%. Okay, and you're done. And you get 97%. Okay, well, so we should now know quite a lot about Australia, which we haven't really checked. 61%. Well, we'll check it afterwards. It would have made sense to send one of them to Philippines, but we'll see. We'll see. Wait, where were we? Oh yeah, the Philippines. Okay, so you managed to get through. You are moving southwards. Yeah, at this point we have won the conflict, so at least that is given. Because I don't think, you know, just the actual army that was here is stronger than this one, the Free Philippine Republic. So the fact that we are going to move in there with our superior forces is, you know, making gonna much better. It's gonna give us so much of a choice that we can decide how we're gonna deal with this. One thing that's for certain, I'm not going to spend any more political power or command power on anything here, because we just don't have to. We're already doing very good, so there's no need. Okay, go guys. Okay. Adalberto di Savoia-Genova named regent of Egypt. After the death of King Farouk, the Egyptian monarchy entered a phase of crisis, with the successor, Fuad II, still not of an adult age. In a bid to reinforce their dominance over the country, the Italian government has named Duke Adalberto di Savoia-Genova as regent of Egypt. A prince of a branch of Italy's royal house, Adalberto is also the general in command of the Italian garrison in Egypt, and he plans to use his powers as regent to restore order in the country with any means necessary. An unpopular move, Adalberto's nomination intends to further subjugate Egypt and cement it as a vassal of Italy. Reactions to the news have been wildly negative, with condemnation coming even from the monarchist and conservative Waft party, generally the most supportive of Italy's presence in Egypt. As the Italian garrison is mobilizing to quell riots, many fear that Egypt is the first to fall victim to renewed Italian oppression in the countryside and territories of the empire. Does Italian imperialism know no bounds? Well, it does no bounds, it's just that they don't care. Okay, so attack here. Where's my last unit? Over here, moving rapidly. Okay, it still makes sense to use the rail. You're gonna go to Naga and you're gonna go to Legaspi. I think this crisis is as good as, you know, finished, and the fact that we're gonna expand territory of the Philippines so much is gonna bode well for us. At least something in the sphere is gonna be having an upward stick. The Diet threatens no confidence in Kogura. A unified statement has been released by members of the Diet of the Taisei Yokusankai, stating that the party will not support the nomination of Budayu as Prime Minister, instead immediately passing a vote of no confidence, signifying the end of Budayu's tenure before it even begins. Such a bold statement is especially surprising considering that it might mean defying the will of the Privy Council and by extension the Emperor himself. Some members of the Privy Council are already calling this a bluff. The Yokusankai wants to be left free to play its petty political games, but there's no way they would dare openly attacking the Privy Council in such an outrageous way. However, some are advising caution. If the Imperial Diet is serious, then a vote of no-confidence would be a devastating blow to the Privy Council's political authority, potentially discrediting Kido and risking his position as Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal. This puts Kido in front of a quite difficult choice. Should he back down or call the Diet's bluff? This is too risky, we have to back down. No, this is too risky, we have to back down, because if he goes and fails in this, that would, you know, spell a disaster for even more stable working of the Japanese government. So let's not pour more oil into the fire. Okay, take the rail. You guys continue moving. We don't really need to take every place. The AI is gonna do that for us. The Presidium of the Supreme Soviet declare war on the Sakha Republic. Okay, Amur lost the territory again of Chumikan. I don't get it. That's such a fail. Talanta Brigade. Well, it might look good in the beginning, but it definitely won't look good in the end. And I should have actually stopped them when I saw that this area is being attacked. Maybe if we get in there, we should still be fine. Okay. Doing good here for the 1st Infantry Division. Okay, so have you joined? You have. Okay, organization is still 6, so that's pretty good. And that should be more than enough to actually repel them. Look at those numbers. Close quarter defense, assault. Okay, now we're winning. Good. We want to go towards Tacloban. So I'm thinking whether or not... Okay, this is an encirclement, isn't it? Do they have some place to retreat to? I don't think they do, honestly. I don't think they do. Let's speed it up. Yep, that is an elimination. So we can now continue this way. We'll keep attacking here. Try to encircle these units. An insider. The recent snag in which the Japanese government has found itself in is a source of embarrassment for the whole nation, in the eyes of Asia and of the world. Heated negotiations between the Diet and the Privy Council, as well as within the Yokosankai itself, have so far gone nowhere. However, another group of politicians have weaseled into the negotiations, the clique of Yokosankai close to the former Prime Minister Ino Hiroya. While Ino himself was a national conservative, much like his protege Ikeda, he was able to create a stable political equilibrium by compromising the opposing factions of the Yokosankai, especially the technocrats now rallying around Kaya. Ino's involvement in the talks has been kept largely on the quiet side, but it might be the key to solving this mess. Okay, we can invent a solution. Well, actually, it was a suggestion, not solution, but I see it as a solution already. Okay, so let us continue in this way. You guys can take the rest of the territory up. Look at that. We are absolutely demolishing them here. Okay. So let us continue. I'm gonna call it a day after the next event, or call it an episode, not a day. I am really hoping that once we get the new Prime Minister, it's gonna be capped with something like plus 200 political power. So that would really do a lot for us at this point. Or even 20. That would still mean a victory of a sort. A suggestion. The Federation of Novosibirsk and Altai declared war on the Central Siberian Republic. A suggestion. Oh, okay. Newspapers report that a new option is on the table, likely proposed by Ino Hiroya himself. Aichi Keiichi, a former minister of Ino's cabinet, is well known for his complete equal distance from all the major factions and cliques of the Yokosankai. His lack of charisma and commitment to a faction preventing him from initially being considered as a candidate to replace Ino. However, in this peculiar situation, Aichi might be the perfect person to fill the political rift that is dividing the Yokosankai. The reaction from Kaya's and Ikeda's cliques have been lukewarm, but it appears that there might be no other option to get out of this mire. Kido Koichi and the Privy Council have also expressed tentative agreements with Aichi's nomination. While nobody is truly satisfied or happy, with every passing day it seems more and more likely that Aichi will become the new Prime Minister. This truly is getting really exhausting. Okay, so let's wait for the next one. I really want to finish this chain. The Siberian Black Army declared war on the People's Revolutionary Council. Okay, we need to continue southwards. Okay, this attack is doing good. Naval. Oh my god, naval penalty. 51.6%. Okay, well, I thought you guys didn't really have a problem with this. I mean, oh, here are the Americans. 2 of their divisions. 3rd Rock of the Mountain. Okay, but it's looking a little bit like we're gonna encircle them here. If I'm not mistaken, quite honestly, because if we can repel their attack over here and we can quickly take this island, they're gonna be locked in Jebu and we can eliminate them, which would probably make a lot of good for us. After one last round of meetings and negotiations, it seems like the Imperial Diet has finally found a way out of the political dead, and Aichi Keiichi has been chosen by the Emperor to fill the position of the Prime Minister with near unanimous support from the Taisei Yokosankai, with the various wings of the party that had bitterly fought until recently now united at last. Newspapers across Japan and the sphere celebrate this development as a testament to the Yokosankai, representing the will of the nation, overcoming petty factionalism and political infighting. A cautious, tentative optimism is spreading across Japan, but for those in the upper echelons of the Yokosankai, this is no time for celebration, let alone relaxing. So Hirohito retires. The ruling party is now going to be YSK Hoshu Honryu, which is the same thing. Aichi becomes the prime minister and the leader of the fascism party. And we get event and interregnum and unpleasant finding. So hopefully we're gonna get better ministers. Political power gain, daily political power gain, construction speed and efficiency cap. Okay, that is not bad. Okay, that is not bad at all. I am actually happy about that. Education policy, conscription policy, deficient administrative system. So we have pretty much gotten just 30% extra here right off the bat. So this is also going on cool. So I'll end the episode here. No political power yet and no new focus tree either. But hopefully this is gonna spell, good things for us. No longer it's gonna be 245 days to get out of this deficit. It's gonna be only something like 180. So good. I mean, progress is progress, no matter the way you look at it. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.